Hi, I'm Crystal and I'm standing here for City Vibes at the Glenbow Museum. We're going to be learning about one of the great new exhibitions that came to us all the way from Nashville, Tennessee. Learn about these 60 artists who come together to create something that'll unlock some of our biggest childhood memories. Remember those nightmares and all those fairy tales we were told? Well, now at the Glenbow Museum, you can experience them one more time, and this time see it from the eyes of the modern world as an adult. Come down and come with me as I learn about the Glenbow Museum's new exhibition. Fairy Tales, Monsters, and the Genetic Imagination is an exhibition of works by contemporary artists who are inspired by the fantastic stories and characters of myths, fairy tales, and science fiction. Through this exhibition, your mind will be challenged as the boundaries between human and animal are blurred. Whether in mythology, fairy tales, or science fiction, these stories and their wondrous characters are often thought of as children's entertainment. But as the artists in this exhibition demonstrate, while the novelty of the invented creatures makes them delightful or frightening, they also have a serious dimension, and they can cause us to reconsider our notions of what it means to be human.
Sure, I'm here in the Fairy Tales, Monsters, and the Genetic Imagination exhibition at Glenbow. It opened on September 29th and runs through until January 3rd of next year. So I'm standing in front of a piece of work that really symbolizes what the exhibition is about. And so we're looking at how fairy tales used to kind of describe monstrous creatures and what does a monster mean to us today? And a lot of the time we consider a monster to be part human or humanoid. And so this piece of art is called The Long Awaited, and it's by an artist named Patricia Piccinini. And she's exploring the notion of if we continue in science, in bioengineering and genetics, to create new beings, are they truly monstrous? Or are we enabled as a society to approach them with humanity and empathy? And so that's what this sculpture is about. And as you notice, there's a little boy, and he's quite loving towards this humanoid manatee creature. And I think it's really quite beautiful. I really think that these sculptures are phenomenal. We have 3 sculptures by this one artist in this exhibition. There are 60 works of art in the exhibit, representing 28 different artists. But Patricia's work is so lifelike. These sculptures are so beautiful, and you can truly see love between the characters in the sculptures. And I just think that I could sit and watch this sculpture for hours. It's truly beautiful, and you can't almost expect this little boy to wake up. So yeah, it's stunning. Sure. This exhibition was organized by the Frist Center for the Visual Art in Nashville, Tennessee. This is its 3rd venue. So it was in Nashville, and then it moved to Winnipeg, and now we opened it here at Glenbow. So the exhibit was curated in Nashville. It includes work in 3 sort of themes, so fairy tales, monsters, and then I'm in the Genetic Imagination Gallery. So it looks at traditional fairy tale characters and stories like Little Red Riding Hood that you might be familiar with, but in a different way. So it's interpreting that notion of hybrids or humanoid creatures and how fairy tales used to tell those stories of things that we were unsure of or afraid of. And now we look at science as creating things we're unsure or we could be afraid of. And these artists are interpreting that in their work. This exhibit is for all ages. I would recommend if you're bringing children to bring an adult with them to view the exhibit because they might have lots of questions. But the wonderful thing about seeing art with children is that children pick out different things than adults do. So while you might come to this exhibit with your friends as an adult or a young adult and find amazing things to be a little bit unnerving or a little bit creepy, children won't see that, or they might see something else. And so the great thing about this exhibit is that you want to come with someone to see it so you can discuss it. You know, we encourage you to take your time as you go through the exhibition. There's a lot to see. And we also think that, you know, there's lots to see every time you go through it. So I've been through the exhibit several times, and every time I go through, a different piece of art stands out to me. So it might be a piece you want to come back and see a few times.